Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video, despite Erentil being in the title of the video, there is in fact zero Erentil gameplay in this video whatsoever. In this gameplay, you're seeing a completely, totally different gun called the Elatha FR4 High Impact Omlon Fusion Rifle. Elatha is saying, Erentil, we are same, but different, but still same. Yeah. Basically, the Elatha is like an undercover Erentil. It's like Erentil got real tired of being the bad guy in the Crucible and was like, you know, maybe if I change my name, people won't hate me so much. Instead, when they get vooped, they'll be like, oh, well, at least it wasn't an Erentil, right? Props to that guy for using something totally different. So what, you might ask, is the difference between these two fusion rifles? And the answer to that question is more or less nothing. The differences are basically a couple of numbers of difference in base range and handling, but the range is basically meaningless on fusions, and all the other differences between the two weapons are negligible because of the perks the two can roll with. Basically, Elatha is just a solar Erentil. So all the gameplay you're seeing in this video was recorded in a single sitting, not across several days. It was all recorded live on stream today while I interact with viewers. If you didn't know, I live stream 6 days a week on Facebook Gaming, and even when I'm not live streaming, the page is highly active with posts and videos, and we even have a private group for subs on Facebook called The Frontlines, where I get to engage with my supporters. We have daily discussion threads, people post their own clips, and I even give away care packages to random subs every week on that group. And these care packages have some really cool custom pieces that were made specifically for those care packages. Those items, they can't be found anywhere else. So to find my page, you just open your search bar and type in truevanguard.com. It'll take you straight there. I'll also put a link in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you're part of the notification squad, if you're watching this video within the first few hours it's been posted, I'm live right now. Click the link, come say hi. I'd love to see you. Hope to see you around sometime. And we have a wonderful community for you to interact with there. Now, as you can see in the gameplay in this video, the Elatha is, I mean, it can absolutely map people in the Crucible. It's kind of nutty. And I can promise you that you won't make any friends using this thing. I mean, I got bagged furiously by a stack of Unbrokens today on Meltdown while myself and a Blueberry top frag the lobby with fusions. It will no doubt rustle a few jimmies here and there. And I totally get it. I mean, in this gameplay, you're going to see some voops that one-hit kill players on head glitches like 40 yards out. This particular Elatha that you're seeing in the gameplay rolled with the following perks, right? It's got Particle Repeater to increase the stability, Firmly Planted, which Cool Guy argues is the best perk for a high-impact fusion rifle in the perk pool. It's got Threat Detector to help give me the edge up close, and a Stability Masterwork, as well as a long-range scope called the Impulse MS3. It's the second longest zoom value scope these Omlon fusions can get. Now, I mentioned Cool Guy. If you aren't familiar with who Cool Guy is, Cool Guy, do me a favor. Pause this video like right now. Search Cool Guy on YouTube. Check out this guy's Crucible content. He has some of the most thorough and detailed breakdowns of mechanics and weapons in PvP that I've ever seen. In my humble opinion, I think he's one of the absolute best Crucible content creators on YouTube right now. There's no bullcrap, no ego, just information and tons of it. Cool Guy posted a video just yesterday talking about high-impact fusion rifles that was incredibly helpful and informative. He noted specifically that it's easier for players to want to chase high-impact fusion rolls that focus on maxing out the range of the weapon, but range, like I mentioned earlier, is basically negligible on these fusions because fusions have a damage floor where regardless of how far away you are, the bolts will do a minimum of 34 to 37 damage depending on if you have liquid coils or not, and that's regardless if your range is 2 or 50 or 60. You know, you'll still have that damage floor, and it won't get any lower regardless of how far away the target is. In Destiny 1, the range perk was pretty important on fusion rifles. In Destiny 1, fusion rifles shot projectiles, right, that had to travel to the target and then collide with them. And the range value on a fusion rifle in Destiny 1 determined just how fast those projectiles traveled. Range meant velocity. But in Destiny 2, since fusions were initially heavy weapons, they were changed to be hit scan weapons instead of projectile-based weapons. So they no longer need the range value in order to boost the velocity of the projectiles. The second your weapon discharges, the gun automatically registers the damage regardless of how far away someone is from you. That's why you often feel like you got vooped around a corner. You know, the peer-to-peer makes the hit feel late, even though all the projectiles technically hit you before you ever made it to cover, since they don't have to travel to you. I'm going to be real with you guys. I think that high-impact fusion rifles are annoying as heck. I do. And now that's not me saying I hate players who use them. And you might even hear me say live on stream sometime, it's freaking Erentil. I hate playing against Erentils. And that's true. Sometimes I really do hate playing against Erentils. In the 6's environment especially, where it's more chaotic and they can really punish you because it's not a controlled environment where you can hear all the audio cues and bait out the shots easily and comfortably, because you've got 5 other people on the map you're having to deal with as well. And you may hear me say, oh man, I hate playing against these Erentils. And that's not me saying I hate on players who use them. I'm literally using a solar Erentil in this gameplay. You know, I was on the other side of that, you know. And I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm not saying you're not allowed to run those things. You are allowed to run whatever you desire in the Crucible, and let nobody tell you otherwise. It's not your job to balance the game. And so I may hate on these things. I may dislike playing against them, but I will still fight for your right to use those things. Even if I hate them, I will defend to my last breath your right to use them. Absolutely. But since I think they're annoying as heck, I do think with just a couple of adjustments, they could be reeled in just a little bit to give other fusion rifle archetypes a purpose in PvP. That's one of my biggest concerns, is that other archetypes of fusion rifles are completely and utterly pointless and meaningless. They got sidelined, completely sidelined, because of the effectiveness of these high-impact fusion rifles. And I'd love to see the other ones get some love. Right now, if you use something else, you end up having to hit way more projectiles with way less stability on the faster-firing archetypes. There's literally no point in running something that's harder to use when you could run something that's easier to use. So I don't blame players for gravitating to these things. So I hope we see high impacts like this Elatha and Erentil receive some slight adjustments. I've got some ideas about those adjustments that I've proposed in previous videos. And then we can maybe get other fusion rifles back on the table again. I hope you enjoyed this conversation and this gameplay. Again, I'd love to see you on Facebook Gaming on the page sometime. Come say hi at truevanguard.com. And I hope to catch you in the Crucible. I hope you enjoy the rest of this gameplay. Bye-bye.
Don't spend all that ammo in one place. Two for one. You're in the lead. That's why we have fire teams.